Every day feels like a battle, right? There's this crushing weight on the shoulders of social entrepreneurs, the feeling that the world's problems are too big, too tangled, and maybe even hopeless. People doubt, struggle to see the impact, and worse, get lost in the noise of quick fixes and empty promises. The grind is relentless, and most days it seems like the system itself is stacked against the kind of change that burns from the heart and not just the paycheck. But here's the brutal truth. None of that struggle means you're losing. It means you're right where you need to be. The edge, the fringe where everything shakes, where old rules crack under the pressure of new ideas, that's your battleground. And in 2025, social entrepreneurs are becoming impossible to ignore, not because the world suddenly figured it out, but because they refuse to be ignored anymore. You're not here to play by the old rule books designed by people who want comfort and control more than real change. You're here because you see the cracks, systems built on illusion, promising freedom but delivering chains. You know the world isn't built for people who think differently, who challenge everything, who feel the sting of being misunderstood and isolated. But what if that isolation is exactly where your power lives? What if the very thing that makes you feel alone is the spark of something untouchable by the masses? Think about it. The world today wants social enterprises to fit a mold, to tick boxes, to be scalable in the traditional sense, to package compassion neatly so it's easy to swallow. But what if big change doesn't come from scaling the noise of many, but amplifying the fire of the few? Those few who refuse to sit quietly while injustice thrives. Those founders and investors and leaders who understand that the future isn't a copy of the past, but a transformation of everything we thought we knew. In 2025, social entrepreneurs are becoming magnetic because they are embodying rebellion, and this rebellion is electric. It's not just action, but a complete uprooting of ideas about what business, leadership, and impact must look like. They are sovereign. Their will is their weapon. This isn't about seeking permission. It's about tearing the old permission slips to pieces. It's about questioning every single assumption handed down by systems that want to keep everyone safe, silent, and small. Here's the real deal. The problems you face aren't because you're doing something wrong. The world just wasn't built for your kind of brilliance. It was built to neutralize you, to grind you down with bureaucracy, with a kind of comfort that's actually a prison. But social entrepreneurs in 2025 don't fall for it. They don't chase belonging in overwhelming crowds. They craft becoming, forging identities matched by few, aligned by fire, driven by purpose beyond profit. This means being selective, finding those rare allies who match your intensity, your pain, your vision. Isolation feels like a curse, but what if it's the raw edge cutting away all the distractions so you can see what's real? Imagine the energy that comes from connecting not with just anyone, but with the few who burn as fiercely as you do. Synergy, not just partnerships, not just networks, but something raw and unfiltered. Brutally honest collaboration that ignites movement. Because true impact comes when misaligned brilliance finds alignment, when misunderstood spirits come together not to conform, but to disrupt and transform. This is why social entrepreneurs are impossible to ignore now. They don't settle for the comfort of the system's illusions. They practice freedom mercilessly. They act ruthlessly, not to destroy for the sake of it, but to dismantle lies so truth can shine. They know patience is not weakness, it's power. The long game is the only game worth playing because overnight greatness is a lie sold by those afraid of depth. So, what does this look like for you? First, it means dropping the fantasy that every problem has a neat, scalable solution. Real change often looks messy, incomplete, slower than you want, and that's okay. It is the resistance fighting back. But if you shift focus from immediate scale to bold alignment, from broad appeal to fierce selectivity, you start weaving a network no one can ignore. One that pulses with authenticity, resilience, and unstoppable force. Second, start seeing your struggles as messages, not mistakes. Every rejection, every failure, every moment of invisibility is a signpost that you're pushing boundaries no one else dares touch. Don't run from discomfort. It is the birthplace of transformation. Hold on to that truth tightly. Those who are impossible to ignore aren't those who play nice. They are the ones who dare to question everything and rebuild what's broken, piece by raw piece. And third, make liberation your business model. The system offers comfort, but it kills fire. Social entrepreneurs built for 2025 reject convenience and conformity. They trade ease for authenticity. They know they're not here to fix the world in some abstract sense. They're here to unleash the power within themselves and those around them. To build spaces where the rare can find each other and create synergy from difference, not sameness. This is how the future is born, not from sameness, but from the electric clash of individuality coming together in fierce unity. Investors and professionals watching this, hear this loud and clear. Your role isn't to tame this fire, but to fuel it. To find those few social entrepreneurs who won't settle and back them not just with money, but with doors, with networks, with unwavering belief. The rare energy they carry can't be compressed into traditional business structures, but it can transform them. Those who invest in this edge aren't taking a gamble. They're claiming the future. The magic of social entrepreneurs in 2025 is that they don't ask for permission. Their ideas aren't optimized products. They're fuel for a revolution of thought and action. They don't just address social issues. They transcend them, pulling humanity forward by igniting the self, the individual, the sovereign agent of change. The edge is where fear meets possibility. That gnawing tension inside, the one that makes you question everything, is your compass. Listen to it. It's telling you that to be visible, to be impossible to ignore, you must burn. Not burn out, but burn bright. With every rejection, every setback, the fire grows hotter. So let this be the moment when the impossible becomes inevitable. Let social entrepreneurs in 2025 grab hold of every fragment of their pain and turn it into power. No more waiting for systems to change. They go around them or burn them down and build anew. They are the beating heart of a movement that isn't just about change, but about unleashing the few who hold the power to remake the future. The world may want to ignore you, silence you, or box you in. But you don't just exist on the edge, you embody the edge. And in 2025, that edge isn't a place of loneliness. It's where the future lives, where the rare come together, not to conform, but to become, to disrupt, to rise. This is why social entrepreneurs can't be ignored. Not now, not ever. The question isn't whether you will be seen. The question is, will you dare to burn so fiercely that the world has no choice but to watch? This is your calling. The fire you carry is bigger than comfort, bigger than consensus. It's the future demanding to be born, and it's impossible to turn away from it now.